We can make a few more introductions.
I think I see Jeline there. Hi, Jeline. How are you doing?
He was absolutely excited to see you again, by the way.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah, I sat with you for a long time. How are you doing?
Actually, I'm not hearing you very well. Your voice is not clear, but nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Thank you. How is everything with you, the study and everything?
It's going well. I'm having my final soon. Very excited.
Okay, good luck.
Are you in where are you working right now?
Actually, I'm in my country now. I received the certificate last month. So yeah, I'm enjoying the time after finishing the PhD. But the thing is, you know, after each stage, you have another stage to start with it. So I'm in this process.
Yes. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
In absentia, because I know we're trying to get you to some graduation ceremony, but in the end,
Yeah, I wasn't able to attend the last one, but hopefully I will be there by the next one.
Okay, let's see what if we can do something. Hopefully we can.
Yes.
All right, so everybody has had some coffee if they want. Come closer. We're not that many. So I think before we start with the Tahani's talk, by the way, Tahani, thank you very much for coming back to us this virtual way. Let's do another quick round of introduction, because we have a few new people here that join us online and face to face. Some Alessandra Krista, we're discussing the Messenger project on women in STEM and cultural diversity. We have the name here. And you can find more information on this webpage. Oops. So I can put it here. Oh, sorry, I should start again. Oh no, we are recording. You started recording. Thank you, Shakira. Right. So you can find more information on this project. Or you can just Google Messenger or look at the website at ACE. And we're gonna try to put our talks that we had and everything. So we have the sort of the history of what has happened so far, but we'll put more of the talks and the PowerPoints and so forth. So we can come again, you should hopefully get more material on the website. Okay, so that's me. Shall we do round table again?
Hello everyone, my name is Rafael Ferreira. I'm a research and lecturer in Brazil. And Alexandra, Elaine, and Isabella invited me for this meeting to get to know what all of you are doing with this project, and also to chat a little bit about what we are doing in my institution.
And you gave us already some talk before, so we're going to share everything online, but you can also ask direct questions if you want. I mean, we had three partners to begin with, and Isabella will soon talk about herself, but Durham, UFAM, and Santa Catarina, but we also expanded, and because part of the last stage of the project, so you're helping us with this, is to expand to other universities. So we've done Sao Paulo and actually visited, and now we're expanding to your two universities in Recife, which is good. Okay, so Isa.
Hi everybody, my name is Isabella Gasparini. I'm from Santa Catarina State University, that is in the south of Brazil. I'm really glad that you are all here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, shall we do first everybody here and then online, or shall we move online? Okay, we can move online, I suppose. So we have Elaine, the other partner.
Hi, I am Elaine Oliveira, professor at Federal University of Amazonas in Brazil. Glad to be here with you. Thank you.
We miss the fact that you're not here in person, but Elaine had some personal issues, so fingers crossed, everything will be all right with.
Yeah.
Okay, and also online, beside a few faces that are also face to face, is Tahani. So you want to introduce yourself briefly?
Yeah, my name is Tahani Aljohani. I was a PhD student in Durham, and I recently graduated. My PhD research was mainly about natural language processing, and it was supervised by Professor Alexandra. So thank you for all your help and support during my study.
Thank you very much for coming back. It's always nice when you guys come back. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Okay, and last but not least, online, Shakira, the organizer of all the nitty-gritty.
Hi. Hi, I'm Shakira. I'm an administrator at Durham University, and I work closely with Professor Alexandra as well. Yes, to facilitate this initiative.
And she's
Thank you.
organized this whole meeting all the way from Canada, so that wasn't exactly small. Okay, and we have Fabienne.
Hello, I'm Fabienne. I'm a third year at Durham University. I study physics and computer science.
And you've been also to our first meeting here.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Kansa.
Can you speak a bit up?
I'm Kansa. I'm third year computer science student at Durham.
Hi, my name is Kali. I'm supervised by I'm a PhD student supervised by Professor Alexandra. It's very nice to join the meeting today.
It's good you're relaxing time. You have, what is it, on Monday you have your
Yes.
bye-bye.
I'm gonna have my on Monday, so recovering early.
Okay.
I'm sure having a lecture here at Durham.
Thank you very much, everybody. Okay, so right, without further ado, we'll move to Tahani's talk. So I'm going to stop sharing, and she's going to tell us a bit what it is to be a woman in STEM in Durham, and well, in her case, a PhD student in STEM in Durham.
Yeah, actually, I try to say the thing that I really feel that I was while in Durham, I was feeling like unharmed, to be honest, because a lot of this, not just because of the thing is, the environment was helped me a lot during my study. Even from the staff, there is always a welcoming vibe. So these things allow me to really enjoy my studying during my PhD in Durham. The thing is, as everyone know, studying something in science, especially in computer science, which is very active area, is not easy. So you can imagine the challenging that we face, how fast the area is. So you need to keep up with everything that's new in the area. So it really is challenging to study PhD in computer science, especially when you are a mom for 2 kids. So it is not easy at all. So my daily life was a little bit of difficult, but the motivation that I was having to do these things, this was a very good or very motivated reason for me to do what I was doing. The thing is, if women want to study something difficult like that, they need to make sure they want to do it. Otherwise, they're gonna have a lot of problems. Because in many days, I have feeling that I want to stop this. Maybe Alexandra surprising by hearing that now, but really, sometimes I was thinking that I want to stop this. It is too much for me. I cannot handle everything, kids, home, studying, everything. It was not, especially for me, because I was in study abroad, which is something that add more, more responsibilities for me. But by the end, I have got the PhD, which is very good thing, good feeling that you was facing a lot of difficulties, bad times. And also the thing is we having COVID during my study, which is making the situation so difficult. I remember that the days that my kids was at home, I I cannot send them to the nursery, to the school. Nobody can help me with them. So this is really was difficult time. I wasn't even thought that I am able to finish my study. And after that, my scholarship ends, which I need to go back. So this is makes the things even more difficult. Because when I come back, I thought, okay, maybe my mom, my family can help me with the kids. I faced another problem that my kids didn't speak Arabic. So my family cannot understand them, cannot help me with them. So this is make the situation even worse. But by the end of the day, I thought that because I really tried to focus, to manage the time, honestly, because I remember that, especially when I come at the last stage of my research, when I am in the writing stage, I have to take care of the kids at the morning. And then because their school was online as well, I have to stay with them. And then I spent the whole day, the rest of the day for writing. So when I was writing, I was focusing. But in general, the field is difficult. Makes me feel that I always want to make sure that I really want to do that. So this is what makes me keeping doing what I'm doing, especially if for a woman, from my experience, the good thing that you get help. Sometimes, I don't know what is the situation with men, but for a woman, they need help to continue studies. They need support. The feeling that you have maybe is more difficult than men. I'm not sure if someone can correct me, but really, I was feeling that I am not a good mom sometimes. I'm not a good wife. I'm not good at doing all of these things. This feeling makes you feeling that you are bad and put you in a situation that is not good. It is not make the progress going well. I remember one night we have a PS5 as a family, my kids watching movie, and suddenly I was crying. So I remember that day, my husband told me, why you are crying? There is nothing, everything is okay. Your kids is okay, they are safe. Because I told them that as a woman, you always feeling that you want to do more. You want to make sure everything is okay with the kids, with the house. So the feeling sometimes makes you not really want to do that. I believe that many of my friends told me that if you study science, that you need to, not able to do all your responsibilities in one time. And they are right, to be honest, because science is a difficult field to study. But always, as a woman, don't underestimate yourself, because we can do. I believe that sometimes some women are very hardworking, but they always think that, oh, I cannot do that. I am not able to do that. I'm not really that smart to able to solve this kind of a problem. But I believe this is not true. Even I feel it sometimes, to be honest. Even I feel it sometimes that I am not able to do it. I don't know why, but this is, I think, normal feeling. And I don't know if this is there is a different way to help myself to to help myself, if this feeling can be replaced or can be I don't know really, but as a woman we feel that all the time. So yeah, this is this bad thing happened to me during my study. And also I remember that in the beginning of my study I wasn't able to ask a friend for help. But later I was getting help, which was very good factor to help me and support me during my study. My neighbor was from Greece, and she was also studying science, chemistry. And she always told me that, Tahani, you need help. Please ask for help. We as a women need to help each other. So I really appreciate her help. Sometimes she took my kids to playing with her kids. So as a woman, you always need help. I don't know. I don't know that if someone some women can do that by herself, but I think being surrounded with people who helping you, supporting you is one factor that really can be affected to make you succeed in your study. So yeah, this is my experience. I don't know if you guys have any question about that.
Hey, thank you very much, Tahani, for such a, let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
We can see it's coming from the heart, and I mean, I really appreciate the frankness and honesty, the level we want to talk about things here. So it's really wonderful to hear. I'll get back to questions to you. I just noticed we have some more people online. You know, maybe they should say who they are. You know, so we have Diane. Diane, can you say hi? Who you are? Giovanni, sorry, my pronunciation. Giovanni or Daniela, can you say hi or introduce yourself?
Giovanni is writing in the chat.
Okay.
He's more shy and have difficulties with English, so I try to help.
Okay, well, welcome, Giovanni.
Giovanni is a student of engineering university.
Okay.
And helping in Catarina's project as a volunteer.
Okay, excellent. That's good to hear. Welcome, Giovanni. Hopefully you can follow our discussion.
And Dani, if you could speak for yourself. I don't know if you have the mic.
Okay. No, something difficulties.
Daniela is a student of computer science student, undergraduate student that helped with the data analysis. And she's really interested to come here to do her master degree.
Right. Okay, okay, so questions at the high. I certainly have some questions, but anybody have any questions? Yeah, go on.
You were talking about how it's really important to have these networks of people that you can kind of ask for help, but you were talking about how it's still quite difficult to maybe do that. And can you think of maybe any of the, are there particular things in the environment or the way things are structured that make it particularly hard for someone to want to ask for help? To think about why is it difficult to ask for help?
Sorry, I didn't hear the whole question. Did you asking about the help?
Yeah, I was just saying. So you were saying like as a woman, sometimes it's you need help or you need the support, but it's maybe difficult. Is it that it's difficult to ask for the support you need? Is it that it's not doesn't seem as visible or as apparent that it's there? So what are some of the things that we think about so that we can change it? I mean, obviously building networks and communities where it's feels like it's okay to ask. But yeah, I was just thinking about trying to drill into that a little bit more. What are some of the barriers?
Yeah. I think I heard the question. The thing is, because as I said, based on my experience, because I have already responsibilities, because I have kids, I have, this is what, but sometimes if you are alone or you didn't have this much of responsibility, I believe you can do it, but also being surrounded with the friends, because especially during the PhD, the pressure and the feeling, up and down most of the time, going up and down. So if someone next to you can support you and told you that you can do it, because to be honest, you know, all of us knowing that the men, for them, when they studying science, they didn't want really to approve anything. But for us, a women, even we didn't think about it. We try to show that as a women we can do. So this is give us much more pressure on that. If someone can advise you in one time, in one point, or tell you that you don't need to focus on that, just focus on what you can do. Especially if you fail as a woman in science, it makes, you know, not that good feeling. Women always want to prove themselves in this field that they are able to do it. Because, you know, we are not in the field that male are more than female in this field. So the feeling that we want to prove something beside our study makes a lot of pressure on us. So don't think about that, and being surrounded with people that remind you to not focus on that, just focus on your study and you're able to do it, I think is very helpful.
So I would extend this actually, this question to others. I mean, we have here one more PhD student who happens to be male. How do you feel about this? Do you feel some things are similar, or you feel as a male that you're totally different in this, or?
I guess that also depends on the personality as well. It's various factors behind, and from PhD perspective, because I went through this COVID.
Can you hear online? Because I'm not sure. Can you hear him?
Not very clearly, but yes, a bit.
Okay.
The owl is over there. So.
I guess it depends on different factors as well, and also depends on personalities as well. From I mean, my personality myself is I was more towards to attach with other people. So in terms of that scenarios, I would say you have support and with different like friends, families, and different aspects, supervisors, obviously, is very important. And also, I think one of the difficulties these days for teaching is this COVID, and it changed things completely, like very literally. It's a little bit hard if you went through this research or study experience during this time to disentangle yourself with the impact of the COVID, because these two are kind of entangled together. But yes, I somehow I have these similar feelings, but probably not as much as what you feel. Like I didn't have a family, and sometimes I was talking to Takia, for example. He was I guess so I think in terms of him, I feel he probably have a bit more pressure than me because he has his family, kids, and everything. So I quite admire him for doing like a lot of work during this PhD also. It's very amazing. I find myself very difficult to do the PhD in his scenarios. It's very hard. But yeah,
You're right, Jalene. COVID makes us change everything, even our routine, because Ellen here asking me, what is your strategy? Actually, there is two kinds of strategies, before the COVID and after the COVID. I'm going to talk about the normal situation, because hopefully the upcoming years will be normal situation like before. So before the COVID, actually, I keeping in my mind that I have to wake up early every morning. Even I wasn't able to go to the university, but even at home, I make sure that I spend this time for studying, especially in the morning. It was very helpful. The idea, the reading, the writing. For my case, I think it was perfect in the morning. So just make sure that you work in time that you prefer, or you feel that your mind or your thinking is better. Some people are better to do that at night, but for me, it's good for me when I send the kids to school and start working on reading and focus on that. So this is the thing that you need to know. What is your the perfect time for you to study? And also for a PhD, you need to focus on the aim of what you are doing, because in PhD you're going to go with different ways. When you're reading, you're going to have different ideas. Oh, this is the good idea, now this is another good idea. Don't waste your time with thinking about different ideas. Just focus on your idea. Make sure, because it's long term progress, so If you just going and open the doors for different ideas, different directions, you're gonna lost your aim or main goal of the PhD. It's good to be flexible in terms of the methodologies or in terms of the way to solve the problem. And before doing more experiments, make sure that it is feasible. If this experiment really gonna be, because it's good, I don't know, maybe Sandra have different opinion, but for me, if you have like hypothesis, let's say that based on what you read, what you have, what the knowledge you have until that stage, you need to decide if this method is helpful or this method can work or not, instead of wasting your time. And always thinking as a scientist. Don't think as, normal life situation. It's not like cooking. Oh, we're going to try different ingredients and see what's going on. No, as a science, you need to build your own research based on what have been read before. And also the good source of information is good. As a scientist, it is not enough to just read from paper or articles. Sometimes it's good to read from website bloggers who wrote things in up-to-date. Many of the methodologies, I read about them during my study. First, I read about them in blogs, not from papers. Because, in paper, even for a conference, it takes at least 6 months to be published for the public able to read it. So for me, I always focus on the source, what's kind of the source that I can get information so quickly. Because this is the thing in science, everything going very, very fast. I remember I used a method that has been, if you remember, Alexandra, when we used BERT, was no book even yet written, has written about BERT. So the thing is, use different source of information. The sources that has regular update is good for you if you trust them. Read a lot of things, but even you read a lot of things, you need to focus in one direction about what is the aim of my research. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tahani. I think it's very interesting during this project that we heard from different people from different perspectives. So PhD is one kind of perspective, and then we have undergraduates. We had talking before earlier. We had staff, and from their point of view, and what it means to be specifically a woman in science. In this, actually, I wanted to ask you. So when I was listening to you at the beginning, did you feel more like a woman in science or a foreigner in science because you were or in computer science here in Durham, or somewhere a mixture in between the two, or maybe you felt like a PhD student first and foremost, and then all these other things? How would you think about yourself?
No, actually, this is what when I start my talk, I talk about that. Being a study in Durham is very motivated for me. It's a good place. I really feel that I'm lucky that I studied at Durham because the people was very friendly, the staff, the supervisors, everyone was really friendly, helpful. The information that we share all the time was very helpful. That we was having a lot of meetings, sharing information. That also was very helpful for me as to study as a computer science. And the thing is, okay, yeah, because I coming from different country, this is mixed difficulty for me from family side. Missing my family. Have a lot of feeling that I want to go back home, see my mom, see my dad. As a woman, we always have this connection with the family, even we are becoming mothers now. I'm a mother, but I'm still feeling that I want my mom. So it's normal feeling. It's normal feeling. In the beginning, I feel that, okay, I'm an adult, I should be not feeling like that. But for me, especially when I talk to my friend, I realize that all of them have the same feeling. who study abroad. So realize that you have normal feeling. It's good from the beginning, because if you didn't realize that this is normal feeling, you make a lot of thinking that you are not good, you're having a strange feeling, you have to fix something. But when you realize what you have, what you feel is normal, it's make the feeling easier for you.
Okay, thanks. And then the help, I was interested because I mean, I think the advice on getting help and getting networks, and I mean, Jalil was also talking about help, and you know, this is a very good topic. But I was somewhat surprised you were talking about your neighbor and so forth. I mean, what about people in the research group and things like that? Did you not find their help, or was it? Okay, you can say it now, you have the degree. So
yeah, actually from academic side, yeah, of course, I getting the help based on, you know, in the university, in my study. When I'm talking about my neighbors, I'm talking about the social help that I need sometimes as a mother. But in terms of university, you know, Alexandra, it was amazing that you make us meeting a lot and share ideas, share information. This was very, very helpful, to be honest. And I always say, I'm gonna say thank you for that, for you, because you are really honest when you supervise your student. You give them the support they need. In my case, that you always answer my question, even we contact sometime at night for a paper or that, something like that. So you always provide support, which is something very good for women, or even for any PhD student. They need help from their supervisor, and you always provide that. Honestly, I'm sure that Jalil agree with me, because we always take benefit of that, take benefit of how you manage our research group. And also the seminars that you provided in the department also was very helpful. I think many things, yeah, go in Durham. This is why I'm saying I'm lucky, because we have good supervisors in Durham. I have Alexandra as a supervisor, of course. You are have good, you know, expertise that make every one of our PhD students, you know, go in the right direction. Honestly, you always, when I feel that I am not in the right direction, you tell me where to go. So. What is the solution? What is the thing that I can do to, you know, do the research? So yeah, of course, the support that I got from Durham is very good in terms of academic. Yeah.
thank you very much. I wasn't fishing for compliment. I was just wondering if, to some extent, if I'm doing the right thing with getting you guys to talk to each other more and trying to help each other, and if you find enough. You know, help that way, and if that works, or if something's wrong there and I need to rethink things for the future, but you know, that kind of thing, because we were just talking about the supports and the networks and so forth, and also mentioning that. Okay, thank you very, very much. Any other questions?
I do.
I think.
Yes.
Thank
you so much.
1 second, Shakira.
Yeah.
What is your research area, and what did you find the most difficult thing?
Did you hear that?
No.
Hansa asked you what is your research area and what you found the most difficult. I think you did say your research area, but you can say it one more time. What's your research area and what you found the most difficult during your PhD?
Yeah, my research area is about natural language processing and focusing on analyzing text from user to predict their gender. One of this research was doing to predict their gender. The most challenging thing that this area is very active. When I start my study, I provide a proposal to work on some models, and during my study, there is a lot of things going on. I need to modify this research, and I need to modify the proposal that I use it or I propose it in the beginning of my study. So the area is active, especially computer science. I think this is the difficult thing, not just as a woman, for every PhD student, you need to keep up with what's going on in the area. I remember that one of my papers had been rejected just because I didn't use a state of the art. And the state of the art was just released by 2019 while I'm studying my study in 2018. So this is the thing that in just 1 year, something going on, you need to modify your research because of that. So yeah, this is the most challenging thing in PhD student in computer science, I mean.
Very fast moving field indeed. Okay, Shakira, sorry. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Tahani. Thank you. So I took a bit of notes of what you said, which makes a lot of like sense generally. So in terms of, you mentioned that there's some factors, people find difficult, especially when you're going abroad to study, like maybe missing your family, maybe lack of help, and just the overwhelming feeling that you can't do something. So would you say, how would you say, maybe what kind of support would you say you require from maybe an institution you're going to study at that will keep people that will make people finish their study instead of quitting earlier? Because I'm saying it because I met a few friends that they had like issues communicated very well with their supervisors, and sometimes some people like, especially when they don't know they have families, some people are not able to rely on them and talk about like their family life or what they're going through personally, and it just automatically reflects on what they deliver in terms of their PhD, like maybe their thesis and everything. And I just want to know, what would you suggest, or from like maybe what ideas on how to keep people, especially people going, relationship between those students and institutions that they're going to. What healthy ways would you suggest that they keep that relationship, so at least somebody's informed on what's going on and they get the care they need?
Yeah, I know some of my friends, they are not getting this help just because they are not social enough. For me, I am, this is something that you need to learn, to be very social, very open to people, talk to people. For example, when I'm talking my kids from the nursery, I meet a lot of families. I start to say hi. It is not, in the beginning, it feels like, you don't want to. Some people are busy, just pick up their kids. But for me, I like to say, hi, this is me, this is my kids. So just open friendship between you, open connections with people. So you're going to have a lot of people around you. Not all of them going to help you, to be honest. Not all of them going to support you. Not all of them, they are good. Some people maybe make you, feeling that you are just, just say hi for no reason, you know what I mean? I faced this many times, but for me, I like to know my neighbors, like to know my friends, and later on, you're gonna find yourself surrounded with people who have the same situation. Sometimes they have the same conditions, kids in your age. This is help. So in weekend, sometimes, to be honest, I remember that because I cannot live without people. My neighbor wasn't really close in the beginning. Then I took my kids outside doing just window shopping. I didn't want to do anything with the shopping, or not, just to see people sometime, to see new faces. So the thing is to be open for people, try to make friendship all the time, especially in the beginning of your study, because this is going to make two things, not just because you need support, because it's good life to have a lot of people around you. And the other thing, ask a question. I'm sure that Alexandra faced a lot of things that I'm asking a lot of questions. It's maybe annoying, but for me, I want to understand in terms of, so I always ask friends what I can do. Don't be shy. In the beginning, I feel that I didn't have to ask, maybe it's not good behavior, but I realized that asking question open a lot of answer that you even not imagine or you don't even think about. So I think, yeah, two things: be open to people and ask questions.
I think this
Thank you.
excellent advice and, you know, work with all sorts of things. Any other questions or comments? Maybe some comments from the undergraduate perspective. Is that totally different from what you're experiencing as women in science, or maybe from okay, can you come, or maybe you come closer here because then we can hear you.
I think from undergrad, it's a bit different because we have the time limit like the postgrad, they have the opportunity to postpone. So if they need 2 weeks off or something like that, they can have this. While for undergrads, that make it a bit difficult is that we are limited to timelines that we and deadlines that we have to finish an assignment by this time and so on. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I never thought about it that way. I always thought it's easier, but
In terms of decisions,
with the deadlines and things,
of
then
course,
you have to work for
but
that.
in terms of deadline, we are more restricted to students.
So do you feel this impacts you more because you're a woman in science, or because, or generally speaking, across and
It's
gender?
generally more if whatever we've been facing through a certain time, like during, for example, now or 2 months ago, whatever I was going through, I had to go through it because I couldn't post. That's what I mean. While for postgrad women in general, they can have that like pose or like
It's interesting, sure, because from our perspective, we think we keep giving undergrads lots of extensions for various reasons and things like that. And
Yeah, I mean, I was
exactly the other side.
my initial thought was like, oh, okay, so different, but then, I mean, yeah, that side, there could be some things, there's also health things, women have periods, and if you've got a deadline, you've got a deadline, and as a grad, I guess you still get deadlines for the postgrad, but things like that can make you feel unwell, and I guess if it feels like there's a lot of pressure on certain things, or there's other factors of maybe day-to-day life that women experience that might make that feel more pressured by it. I kind of think of it the other way. But that's just because it's more recently being a postgrad probably, or being
Yes, we get too used with being on one side and not seeing the other side of it. How do you feel, Fabian?
I would say that I think that a big difference would be that, I mean, I might be wrong in this, but I do feel as if universities cater to undergraduate programs more than postgraduates, just in the social sense. So a lot of these societies, Tahani was speaking about having that social support and being able to meet new people. And I feel that might be easier to do as an undergraduate, just because of the size of our cohort. See, is just so much bigger. There are more opportunities to meet people and meet people you could possibly gel with more. So I think that that could be an advantage of the undergraduate. And also there is probably less chance that someone at undergraduate level has the responsibilities such as a family and things like that. But no, yeah. But I
Thank you for this. One of the things I'm actually planning to do with my other hat on is to have a way day for PGRs in science, in the faculty of science, which I've heard it's about 800 of them. So if they all come, there'll be some small problem there. But in any case, we're trying to do something to bring them together and socialize and so forth. Also in view of all these COVID issues that, you know, we heard, and that was really hard. I think it was hard also on undergraduates just as well as on postgraduates, but postgraduates to some extent are even more isolated, and some of them were really isolated. And now, I mean, the family gives you pressure, and it's a lot of other things, and I can definitely sympathize with the feeling of you're doing wrong as a mother, you're doing wrong as a wife, you're doing wrong as in my case, academic, you know, you can't get it all right, and you want to do it all across board, and it's really, really hard. But at the same time, in times like COVID, having them around, it gives you kind of support and some kind of less loneliness and stuff. And but there were people that were really isolated, and I don't know. I mean, you were also not exactly as isolated, but still, I think you experienced a lot of that. And it's been during COVID, it was especially hard.
COVID is very.
Yeah. I mean, the things that you were talking about, Tahani, with up and down and giving up, you said that it would surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. I'm afraid that's kind of standard for PhD. Everybody gets to that stage. The question is what you do at that stage and how you manage to get yourself over the brink, and then hopefully the only way is up from there when you hit the bottom. But it is unfortunate.
Honestly, Alexandra, I want to mention something. When I was down sometime and I go to your office and I told you that this something is not working, that you open my eyes to different ideas and you make the situation to make the situation easier for me, honestly. So being with good supervisor in the PhD, I think is really good to help you in survive, honestly. Because if your supervisor just sitting and say, I don't know, just to try, just go. But for you, the situation is not like that. You always try to help. You are think with me when I am in your office. So this is something so good, and I think, yeah, I think it's very good for every. This is why sometimes it's good to have a good supervisor, because if you need help in that time, and when you are down, I think it's make you go with the right direction quickly and not waste your time.
All right, thank you very much, Tahani. Okay, so we're sort of slowly getting to the general meeting end, but perhaps can we go to have a round, say, at least us as project leads, if any lessons learned and so forth from this whole experience. I mean, for me personally, it was very illuminating also the way things work in Brazil, the emphasis also on different communities, of course, that's to be expected. Also, I recognize some things that we were also having, and I hope we help you a little bit with that, with things like not just putting them under the rug and say there's no problem, because the first step is to open and to check that actually there are some issues, and then we can deal with them if we know which these issues are, and also to realize how vast Brazil really is and how big differences there are within Brazil. I mean, you know, we talk with different people from different places, that they're completely ways of solving things, and this in itself must be ultra complex. But I do hope we gave you a bit of the spirit to meditate, and maybe who knows, also some of the guys to help along, because as we were discussing earlier, you know, yes, you're men, but at the same time you have wives, you have daughters that you want to succeed. So, you know, it's not all about let's do it for only one gender or anything like that. So I hope that I mean, I've heard from all sorts of sides, and I think this is a dialogue that we need to continue in some way or another. So I was telling you about this initiative with PGR that we have, for instance, here at Durham. We're also having some follow-up projects from TechUp that are still under embargo, but earlier I was in a meeting with getting a new project manager. So for the new project that we're getting more people in science from various underserved communities. So that's going to go on. Certainly, we're continuing with that. I sure hope that we're continuing with Brazilians, also with women in science, and also with the research. We have lots of things in common, I think. So that's also interesting, and I think it gives us also international perspective and understanding. So this is sort of at the moment on my agenda, but I'm open for more suggestions in anything. Do you want to go next, Sisa?
Well, I'm so grateful to be part of this project. I think for a lot of reasons, this opened our eyes for other things that we saw in our space, right? Some things, but how to manage them and how to change the view of people, not only for the students, but for our staff and for the people for high positions. We have to change that because we have to change the policies in our university and as a whole. So we try to getting the data to prove that we have to change.
Yeah.
So this is really important in the first step.
So you brought a lot of that data.
Yeah. And different perspectives that we bring in the meetings and after the meetings as well, when we talk together in the dinners and these things are really quite important and maybe not so documented, but really quite important as well. And not for us, not only for us, but for the students. And after the UK, I think was really a marvel because they actually did, oh, this is actually true. And they are actually discuss about this and make some movements inside the university. So I'm really glad to be part with LA, with Alexander, with you and Papa nowadays, because together we can actually do great things.
Thank you very much. Who wants to go next, Elaine?
I will try to talk, but my house is a little noisy, so I'm sorry for that. I'm so thankful for this opportunity, for this project. I learned so much from you, with all others. It was a privilege to have Alexandra and Sue Black that has so much experience in this area. So it was really, really nice. I think one of the most important things in this project was to have you here in Brazil, as Isabella said. So people saw you're real, you're for real, and for Superwoman. It was very inspiring, and I think we should do that more other times. It was also very inspiring to see all these girls doing undergrad, PhD, masters, Shakira with Tech Up Woman. So I learned so much, and I realized that we can help. Sometimes a little help from our side is a big help to the other one. So let's keep up. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else wants to add anything? Any last thoughts? Okay. I mean, for my point of view, it's just we should keep going on this and not just accept the way things are because that's how they are. They always can be changed. You know, what was it? It was the reasonable man or woman adapts themselves to the world. The unreasonable person adapts the world to themselves. Hence, all progress is done by the unreasonable person. So I suppose let's be unreasonable as a final message. Okay, thank you all very much, and thank you again, Tahani, for opening up and telling out all this. It's very, very useful. Thank you all, everybody.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Shakira, for
Organizing, yeah.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Here in Brazil. Okay, bye for now. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.